It's time for a healthy dose of According to the Cassels. And now, please welcome your hosts, Amy and Trey Cassels.
Hey everyone, it's Amy Cassels.
What it is.
And we have Trey back on the show.
I was back last week.
I know, I'm kidding, but I was just saying because
I never
you
left.
weren't on there
I was here in spirit.
Yeah. So I wanted to open today's show to just give my thoughts and my prayers and my condolences out to all the families in Uvalde who are just absolutely in the most unimaginable pain I think I could ever imagine because of the school shooting, massacre, murder. And it's just really sad. And I just want to encourage everybody, by the time you get this episode, it's going to be weeks out, but maybe I'm sure topics are still going to come up on social media and arguments of possible solutions that everybody feels that they have. And I just encourage everyone to take that same energy and put it towards praying. If you have the energy to argue with someone else through a computer, take that same energy and pray for those families, because we're going to see this on social media for a few weeks, but this is going to be the rest of these parents' lives. There's siblings' lives, families' lives that they're going to be hurting.
Yeah. It's good advice.
This happened when Avery and Evan Avery was in kindergarten, and there was a school shooting somewhere on the East Coast, and I cried for days. Like, I actually felt grieving with the parents because we were in the same. Do you remember we went to that church and they just they prayed about it, and I cried. I think you cried. It was so sad. So if you are going through that as well, maybe you have kids the same age, give yourself time to grieve, because we can grieve for others. I feel like I could cry right now, but I'm not going to. So anyway, today.
Well, let's start now.
Well, it's not all fun and games, Trey. So today we're talking about sleep and how to get better sleep, because a lot of people don't sleep, and sleep is one of the biggest things that people are going to research online for solutions on how to be better at. So okay. You're the one with the issues with sleep. How are you doing?
Why do you always point out my issues?
Because you are so messed up.
Good Lord. What was the question?
How are you sleeping now? Because you were sleeping pretty bad before.
Depends on the night. I mean, I can get myself to go to sleep and get into a deep sleep if, I don't know.
Okay. Well, that's not helpful at all, but all right. Well, so you used to complain of sleep a lot more, and there's been improvements that you have made, and we've talked about them many times on the show. And that has been gluten and sugar and those things that you've taken out. You have really worked on getting your body physically back less inflamed, and that has a huge effect on sleep. So I feel like you're doing a little better than what you believe, because you were having to use a lot of sleep aids before that you are not doing now, and you are sleeping better than you were before.
Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome. Okay. Well, Trey's not a man of very few words today, so I guess I'll just go right on ahead. All right. So sleep is so important because you are going to function so much better. I don't care how amazing shape your body is in, how much you have everything that you could ever want in your house, the money, the beautiful home, a stable family, all of it. It doesn't matter if you're not sleeping.
True.
It doesn't matter if you're not sleeping. If you're not sleeping, you can't think straight. You can't focus.
How are you sleeping?
I sleep great, thanks.
Why?
Well, I'm going to go over a lot of that, but I'm serious. Sleep is everything. Your day starts with your sleep. So let's go over some reasons why one may not be able to sleep well. So the first thing on my list, and these are not in any particular order. However, I think stress would probably be at the top. But stress is at the top of my list. And that could include emotional stress, physical stress, and psychological stress. I have a few friends that are under a lot of emotional stress, and that emotional stress comes from their marriage. And even though they'll go to bed at, say, 8 o'clock because they are emotionally exhausted, they still wake up in the morning, 7 a.m., still exhausted. And they still did not feel like they actually slept. And they remembered waking up throughout the night.
Yeah, that sucks. That's like a wasted night.
It's a wasted night. If you go to bed at 8 and you're getting up at 7 a.m., you should feel well rested. So emotional stress does have an effect on you. Physical stress. Trey was under a lot of physical stress with his body being all contorted and twisted and pulled and muscles and bones broken and all kinds of stuff.
God, it wasn't that bad.
Well, I mean.
But that sounded really good.
Yeah. But if you're under a lot of physical pain, you're going to wake up. Isn't that what you did? Isn't that
the
what
whole
you did?
night, tossed and turned, and something would grab you and wake you up, and you'd move. Yeah.
And how have you been working on your physical stress?
My physical stress?
Well, the physical.
I have Alicia.
Yes. Okay. The physical stress of your body.
You have to get an Alicia.
Oh my gosh, this is really bad right now, John. Babe, you gotta elaborate or something. Shit, you're being weird.
If this was their first podcast, that might be confusing. I see what you're saying.
Trey,
I'm so confused right now.
I know. I'm going over points, and either I'm gonna talk the entire time, and you're just yeah. Go into like explaining a little bit.
Christ. Okay.
We don't have time for this. Okay, so if I say physical stress, you'd be like, do your Trey thing where you're like, yeah, my body was in a lot of pain, and now I've been working for 6 months or a year to get my muscles back in order. Okay, you ready to go again? Can we just start over from the top? Okay, we're just going to start over from the top of, let's go over some reasons why. No. Let's go after I talked about the emotional stress. Yeah, let's go back to physical stress.
So where are we at?
Physical stress. Okay.
Okay. Ready, go.
So physical stress is another stress that one may have. And Trey is not a stranger to physical stress.
Oh God, it sucked. I mean, I had back pain, I had muscle pain, I had chronic aches in my spine, and I mean, until I started getting out of physical pain, I couldn't sleep well at all.
And that took working for how long with Alicia?
Oh, I'm 9 months in with her. I started in August, so we're 9 months in, and I mean, I still go through phases where she would get me into a place and I would have a couple weeks worth of feeling good, and then we'd break through to another area because I was so jacked up from the head to toe. We were just kind of bringing everything down to the middle, and we're close.
But she had to analyze your body. She had to see how you moved and muscle test to see what imbalances that you may have had. She had to do all those things to see what workout program or what really rehabilitation program you needed in order.
She's a mad scientist. That's what I always call her.
Yeah, she is.
She would just come up with the perfect workout that would alleviate the pain that was going on that day. And I don't know, she knows the body so well, and she knows what movements to put it in order to either strengthen or relieve pain. It's pretty cool.
And just so everybody knows, Alicia is at Finish First Injury Sports Prevention in the Woodlands.
That's it.
And then there's the psychological stress. So if there's, it could be financial, it could be just brain function, psychological work, things like that and that's very closely related with emotional stress. And that is, Trey has been the one who has been the financial provider for our family. And there were many years where you would stress about finances or things at work, and then
I got
bring
tested
that to sleep.
The last 6 to 8 weeks has been a big test from mentally with the expansion of Bulldog, the addition of solar, and just getting my brain to shut down. That's been the hardest thing. And, going through all the techniques and making sure your diet's clean and making sure that you're exercising and, your thoughts are in the right place, you can shut them down a lot easier. At least now I can than I was before. I was medicating in different ways.
So overtired, that is another reason that you may not be sleeping. If you think about your kids when they were toddlers or, elementary age, and they're overtired, then they don't want to go to sleep. Like they're just psycho. I mean, there's no other way to put it.
That's about it.
They are overtired and they are delirious.
Yeah.
You could be the adult version of that, just overtired. And that's just that rolling snowball of any of these reasons that could cause you to be overtired. Caffeine. Caffeine could be something that is keeping you up. If you're having caffeine past a certain time period, and for everybody that's different, you could be overstimulated. I know if I have caffeine past a certain time of the day, then I do not sleep well and I wake up tired and I will have woken up multiple times through the night.
Man, I don't get so there's a guy at work that pretty much every day I see him, he has a different brand of, what do you call it? Like a Monster drink. Mm-hmm. And there's so many of those brands out there now that he was just like trying all the different flavors, and it's just crack. It's horrible for you, the crap that's in it. But there's people out there every day that drink it, and I'm glad that we did the Zing, because we had one yesterday on the way home from Austin. It was like ding. So when you talk about caffeine, that's what brought that up for me, and I'm glad I only do one a day. We were talking about that too, because I don't like it.
Well, we've talked about caffeine on our episode when we talked about caffeine and that there's many different types of caffeine, and your body's ability to metabolize certain types of caffeine is better or worse. So you may be having a synthetic form of caffeine that your body just absolutely can't break down. And if you were to switch to a more natural form of caffeine that maybe more stimulates the central nervous system versus like taxing your adrenals and robbing from your adrenals, then you may actually do a lot better. Yeah. But you also may be somebody who can't handle caffeine very well. So if you can't handle caffeine very well, then you might have to eliminate all of it or stick to a very small natural form like just green tea or something like that. Okay, so the next thing on my list is sugar. And
my favorite.
Sugar, Trey can attest to that.
It's my weakness. I love sugar.
I know you love sugar, but you've gotten a lot better of not eating sugar, wouldn't you say?
100%. I mean, I still do. It's just in much less quantities. It's very moderated. And it's very, like you said the other day, it's like if I'm going to eat this food, if I'm going to eat this, what we were talking about yesterday when we were in the car.
Well, if I'm going to, because we had French fries and dipped in queso, and I was like, the fries were all limp, and I was like, if I'm going to have limp fries, like that's not worth my calories. Like they better be crispy and nice and hot.
So we went and got back.
They were cold limp fries. Nobody likes limp. So
yeah, so if I'm going to eat sugar, I'm like choosing the sugar that I want to eat. I'm being, what's the word? Conscious about it.
Yeah. So in my opinion, I don't like sugar at all. I think it needs to be very, very limited. Sugar lights up the brain just like caffeine.
You don't like it, or you don't like that you can't have it?
And neither.
Because if you have it, it will give you a debilitating migraine. But if you didn't get a migraine, would you want sugar?
No. Because it still has an effect. It would still have an effect on my body, just in a different way.
Be like,
but sugar, white sugar, processed sugar lights up the brain just like cocaine does. So would you do cocaine before bed? No. So why are you going to have a Kit Kat bar? It's the same thing. So if you are having a lot of sugar in your diet, maybe you are
a Kit Kat bar before bed.
Maybe you're craving sugar after dinner, and then so you have sugar, and then now you're up all night. People eat ice cream all the time before bed, and that really could be having
so good.
You know what? We're trying to teach something here.
I know, but I'm just agreeing with the people that are out there on why they do it. It's just being disciplined and not to do it.
I would just like you to visualize myself in an all angelic white outfit, and then Trey over there with the little red devil ears on. So that here is your yin and your yang here. Your
I'm just saying.
or good cop, bad cop.
I understand the fixation to
Wait,
it.
that would be. Hold on, he would.
Who's
be
the good cop?
I guess that would be you, the one that wants to give away all the candy and crack and alcohol.
No, you're Deputy Dewey.
Okay, whatever.
You're the.
So next thing would be stimuli. You may be looking at your phone, you may be looking at your TV before bed, and it is stimulating your brain. Your brain doesn't know the difference when you are watching, Walking Dead, for example.
Great movie, show, series.
Walking Dead. Your brain doesn't know the difference that you're not in it. That's what TV is designed to do. The very high, the crystal clear screens, the pixels on the screen, it's not like your mom's 1970s TV or maybe even mine in 1992. It's not the same. Your brain works.
Did you not get a TV till 1992?
Well, in my bedroom. I'm talking about the one I had in my bedroom.
You remember that year when you got it in your bedroom?
I had 13 channels, and I would watch 90210.
Yep, you had the dial knob.
And if I heard my mom coming, I had to turn it onto something else and pretend I was watching like I Love Lucy or something. And I'm like, but I was really watching 90210. I was not allowed. So anyway.
That's awesome.
When you're watching TV, your brain is working less hard. It's not working as hard to take on that information. So there are certain parts of your brain that just kind of relax, but then there's other parts that are stimulated. So you're bringing in all this information and stimuli into your brain and into your subconscious and your psyche before you are going to bed. And if you are scrolling through Facebook, or Instagram, you did not know that you needed that pressure cooker. You're looking at little Susie's pageant. You are seeing
ads pop up.
Someone
I gotta
lost
get
their
that.
game. You realize that you need that fitness tracker for how many exhales of oxygen or CO2. All these things that you are stimulated with that you now need, and the little outfit from China with the matching,
Why's it gotta be from China?
Because that's what comes up. It's like little matching outfits for mom and daughter, and it's like a matching dress, and it takes you 30 days to get it in the mail, and it's the thinnest material you've ever seen in your life.
So you ordered it?
No, I haven't ordered any of them.
Do you have a friend?
Anyway, I'm just saying that there are things on your screen, on your phone, that are not only getting into your psyche and into your subconscious, but in addition to that, the light is not allowing the natural production of melatonin to take place. And those natural hormones from producing to where you can fall into your deep REM sleep. Does that make sense?
It all makes sense. I don't like what you're saying about it because I do that a lot. And
Yeah, I know. And that's why you wake up late and then we don't get any time together because you choose to watch Walking Dead instead of spending time with me in the morning. But that's okay. We'll just go on to the next one.
Let's backtrack on that. What did you just say?
I said that normally we would spend time together in the morning, but you stay up late watching Walking Dead or whatever other Yellowstone shows
As opposed
watch.
to you staying up watching Golden Girls?
I don't stay up watching Golden Girls. I watch Golden Girls while I'm in the bath.
And then you and River watch Golden Girls in bed?
Sometimes. Not all the time.
A lot of times.
No.
Okay. And I'm
Maybe like on the weekends.
caught up on Walking Dead now, so my binge is over.
Okay. Yeah, Trey was totally binging on Walking Dead. It's so stupid. They're like, when are they going to find a cure? I don't get it. Like they're all, it's the dumbest thing ever. And it stresses me the hell out.
Because you can't watch it, you can't be a hater on somebody that
my
can.
heart rate increases so bad if I
literally
see it.
Can't watch it for 30 seconds when they start into killing scenes, and you're like, I can't do it.
Hey, tell them about that one time that you took a 16-hour drive to Wyoming and you were sitting in the back seat and you watched Walking Dead the entire time.
No, it was a 27-hour drive, and for 16 hours of it, I watched the entire season 4, which was like 16 episodes, and it was an hour an episode.
Okay, and then y'all got to the little cabin out in the middle of nowhere was there electricity?
There was not electricity.
Oh my gosh.
And
Okay.
so we're in the middle of this middle. Well, we were in Bar None, Wyoming, and I kept seeing demons and dead people and hearing it in my voice in my head. It was crazy.
But hold on, you woke up. Tell them the story. Do you seriously not remember?
Mm-mm.
Trey, you woke up in the middle of the night and was like, ah, ah, ah.
That was when we were on our cots and we already had the bed set up.
Yes.
Well, because I was the generator bitch.
Oh,
And so I had to wake up every 4 hours and go put gas in the generator because Jack brought the wrong one and it only had 4 hours worth of gas in it. And one of the guys that we were with had to have a CPAP machine. And so I had to put gas in the generator every 4 hours. And that's what scared me.
But you woke up and
I woke up screaming.
You
and
woke
sweating.
up screaming and sweating. Right. So it got into your psyche.
It did.
And now you probably have like some
Because I
PTSD
was
from it.
sleep deprived because I
Yeah.
had too much sugar and stimuli.
Yeah, you know you were eating those honey buns all on the way in the road because
yeah.
Trey loves the honey buns.
Hey,
All right.
speaking of stimuli though, real quick, on the what are they called? The Wi-Fi extenders. You know what I'm talking about? Well, we had that in our room. I actually had it right beside my bed on my side, behind the deal.
So
And I
that's
was like,
actually on my list.
Oh, okay.
No, go ahead. I mean, this is
No,
perfect.
I was
Wi-Fi.
literally like wired at night.
Yeah.
Like for several weeks, I could not figure out why I could not go to sleep.
Oh, in our room?
In our room.
Yes.
And then you came over there and you're like, what in the hell? Why is this here? I cannot believe it. And you ended up taking it out and I moved it to a different place in the house. And I literally started sleeping better as soon as that thing was gone.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's messing with us physically. I mean, we have to acknowledge that. The Wi-Fi, turn it off at night. There's no reason for you to have all your emails downloaded every single night. I mean, just wait till the morning. But you have to have your Wi-Fi turned off so that you can you may not know if you are sensitive to those electromagnetic fields. You may not know until you turn them off. Turn your phones on. Turn your phones on Wi-Fi.
What was that thing that you would hold in your hand?
Turn your phones on airplane. What?
The copper deal that you would hold in your hand. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, never mind. Good talk.
I don't know what Trey's talking about. Okay, so the next thing is alcohol. Alcohol does not allow your body to go into the REM sleep that it needs to get into.
You're not drinking enough.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
If you are,
You said the little devil, so I was playing my part.
yeah. If you are drinking a ton of alcohol and actually getting, totally canned, you're passing out.
When you still don't get in REM sleep though.
But you wake up and you're still tired.
Oh, yeah.
You are still tired. Even if it's a small amount of alcohol, a small amount of wine, it is affecting your fat metabolism, your body's ability to burn fat, your body's ability to get into the deep REM sleep, not to mention the sugars of whatever is in the wine or whatever sodium nitrates or phosphates or whatever those eights are. So sulfates. It is having a negative effect on your body. I promise it is. And until you take it out for a good 90 days, you're going to see improvements, but you got to do it for like 90 days to really see what's happening. So alcohol is a huge one. Okay, hormones. We have talked about hormones with Dr. Beth Cook, and soon we're going to have Dr. Willie Villarreal come on here.
He's coming on?
He is. Dr.
Nice.
Beth Cook, it does more of the natural approach to hormone support, and she uses herbal tinctures as well as diet and nutrition, and she has her method of supporting your hormones, because if you are not producing the proper hormones that you need, then you're not going to sleep well. Melatonin is a hormone, and you have to have that in order to sleep. Okay, here's the next one. Sleep apnea. Sleep apnea, snoring. What's happening is when someone has sleep apnea, they are waking up multiple times through the night.
That would suck so bad.
Oh my gosh. Basically what happens is their body stops breathing for about 10 seconds or more.
Which is crazy.
They stop breathing. Like literally you're dying. Well, you're not dying. You're stopping breathing because you could be alive. Okay, but anyway, your heart rate increases. Yeah, because your heart rate goes up. Your heart rate
Don't touch me.
increases, and then your oxygen completely drops, and then your sleep is interrupted because you have to wake up and breathe. So sleep apnea is a huge one, and it affects a lot of people, and it could be
I have several friends that have that.
It could be for many different reasons. Most often it's from weight, but it's not just because.
I've got a couple that have nothing to do with weight.
I know. Yes. And I talked to Renee this morning, and I have a quote for you. He said, I did a sleep study at home with a machine that was easy to use, and it tracked my sleep habits. Unfortunately, it took me 4 to 5 months to get used to my sleeping mask. That's the sleep apnea machine. I'm in love with the machine and have more energy than ever. I used to wake up 6 to 7 times a night. Now with the machine, I only wake up 1 time a night. I have tons of energy now. He did not go to one of those very uncomfortable sleep study places. He used a company called Apnix, and that's A as in apple, P as in Paul, N as in Nancy, I as in indigo, and X as in xylophone. So this company, I guess, sent him the tools that he needed in order to help measure his sleep quality, or to measure like what he was doing throughout the night. And then he got his sleep apnea machine. And
That's
now
awesome.
His wife actually really likes it because
Yeah.
it's like a little sound maker. And he kind of sounds like Darth Vader.
Hey, does xylophone start with an X?
Yes.
Makes me.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's just when you say X, I think X-ray. So
Oh,
like
well,
xy.
that probably would have been good. Okay. X-ray.
You got me off topic.
Apnix, X-ray. Okay, so I wanted to give you now some solutions. Obviously, if I give you the reasons why you may not be sleeping, then you could do the opposite of those. So that's kind of a given. But here's some other things that you can do immediately if you aren't quite ready to address some of those things that we listed prior. So here's some things that you can do. Establish a sleep schedule. Be consistent with the time that you go to bed and the time that you wake up. My magic time is 10:30 to go to bed and 6:30 to wake up.
You're so sensitive if you don't get that.
I must. I require. I require 10:30 to 6:30 for my superpower
Your
woman
super
to
woman
be
to come
released
out.
throughout the day. So it is.
I need like 4 to 6.
That's what you think. You say that. You say you need 4 to 6,
6 to 8.
but you are so much better if you
I mean,
sleep.
I'll take 8 to 10.
You forget everything if you don't. You're
Here we go.
You're
Let's talk
surviving.
about more solutions for
Let's
other
not
people.
survive, Trey. Let's thrive.
Oh, geez.
Survive. Or thrive, not survive. Okay.
I'm thriving to survive.
The next thing is create a routine.
You just did that one.
No, I said establish a sleep schedule. That would be time. Okay, now you're going to have a routine that you do.
Got it.
So my routine is probably a good hour. And this is where
Yeah.
I take a long hot bath. I put on all my lotion, my essential oils, do my face stuff, like all my
Don't let any
skincare.
kids come in there during mom time.
No. And shave my legs, shave the armpits.
Good Lord.
But I have my routine, and this is relaxing, and what it creates for me is a separation between being mom and then just kind of being in my own thoughts. And it's nice to put on music on my phone.
Golden Girls.
I will put on Golden Girls in my, while I'm in the bath. And no, my phone is not attached to the charger. But usually during this time, I'll watch 1 or 2 episodes of Golden Girls.
Aren't they like 30 minutes apiece?
22.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is important to have your routine. And like I said, I like to take an hour. And usually I will make a dinner. We all sit down for dinner. And then I will go upstairs and y'all clean it up. And this is whenever I start. So sometimes I'll help clean up if it just depends on the time period.
Yeah.
So then the next thing is make your bedroom a retreat. Make it your sanctuary. If you're having your computer in there, your office in there, your work is in there, it's not as conducive. It's not conducive for a good quality night's sleep because it now becomes a room that you work in, and that energy is still left over in the room. So you may not agree with this or think that this is like, you may think this is like hocus pocus crap or whatever. But if you're working in your room and work can be stressful and you have all that stress while you're working, that energy and that emotion is emitted into your room and it can stay there. Again, you may think that that is complete crap and BS, but I wholeheartedly believe that's kind of stuff to be true, and mainly because I've experienced it. So you make your room your sanctuary, and a few ideas I have would be a salt rock. Trey and I have a salt rock, a Himalayan salt rock. We've had them for 15 years in our room.
At least that long.
And we have them throughout the house. And I will light my salt rock lamp before I leave in the morning to start my day. Then when it's time to come up in my room at night, and by the way, have a nice bed that's made, then your room is just nice and quiet. And the salt rock actually helps purify the air.
Speaking of making the beds, the whole pillow thing.
I knew it. I felt it. I knew he was going to say something about the pillows. I knew it.
I don't get it.
It's pretty.
I just don't get it.
But throw pillows are pretty, and they're a must.
The name throw.
Yes, because when you're making your bed at night, and you're ready.
You throw them on the floor.
You throw them on the floor,
which is stupid.
It is not, and then you
just get them back up off the floor in the morning and put them back on your bed.
Fine, we'll call them put pillows because you put them back on your bed. They're put pillows. So Trey, listen, women like throw pillows. They're beautiful, and don't you want your woman to be happy?
I'll put on my happy face for the put pillow.
Yes, and I only have like 4 or 5. I only have 5 put pillows, but many people have 10, 15, 20.
But then you have 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5. There's 6 other regular pillows on there. Mm-hmm. So that's 11 pillows on our damn bed.
Yes,
of which pretty much 8 of them go on the floor at night.
A bed is supposed to be cozy and comfortable and fluffy and beautiful.
Let's get back to your Zen time here.
All right. You can put soft light bulbs in your lamps. That's important to have the soft light bulbs.
I can't stand daylight light.
Oh,
it's so bright.
It's so bright.
It has to be soft white.
Yes.
Soft white all the way.
Okay. Fill a diffuser. We love our diffuser. We use Young Living essential oils. We'll have a link below if you've ever wanted to get essential oils. Essential oils help with your sleep. And the reason why they're going to help with your sleep is because you're breathing in those molecularized molecules. They're because of the diffuser, it's breaking them down really small so that when you're breathing them in at night, not only are they going through your lungs and out to every cell of your body, but they're actually calming parts of your brain. So everything that we talked about with the emotional stress, psychological stress, it's actually helping to counteract that because it's quieting those parts of your brain.
I would agree. I love the diffuser. Lavender really helps me sleep.
Lavender is great. But you know what? For some people, it may not be lavender. Think about how many plants there are on this earth. There are tons of different essential oils. Somebody may benefit from valor or peace and calming or valerian or hinoki. I mean, there's so many different plants and different essential oils that can help you with sleep. So in your diffuser is really great. Clean your room. I have a challenge with this on my bathroom and then my closet.
Well, it's closet. It's counter in your bathroom.
And my side table.
Well, and then like corners and crevices in the room. I mean, pretty much the whole, retreat resort space is when it's there and made up and nice, it's really nice.
Well, we've also had the same bedroom furniture since we were first married in 2003.
Good job.
Yeah. We've had the same bedroom furniture. So our bedroom,
well, we're always the last one to put money into, like the rest of the house, the kids, everybody got new crap.
Everything else got nicely decorated. But I am so ready to decorate our room.
I want it to be like a tropical resort.
Yes. Oh, I have an inspiration. My friend went to a resort in Tulum, and I've got pictures and videos of the room. It is incredible. I can't wait to show you.
Love it.
Next thing would be plants for oxygen in this resort. They had plants in the room.
You do a good job. You have real plants all over the house.
Oh, I have tons of plants. Yes, everywhere. But I don't have any in our room.
No.
Plants provide oxygen for your room.
Why don't we have any in the room?
we're getting there. But anyway, back to what I was saying.
So, yeah.
Plants provide oxygen for your room that you're in, and it does help you breathe. So you combine that with your essential oils, with your salt rock your lamp, you are just absolutely doing amazing. And then, and your bed should be nice and cozy with a good mattress. It's important to have a good mattress.
We have that 3-inch micro foam on top of ours.
Yes, we bought a nice mattress, but on top of that, we have the memory foam that we got from
We
Costco.
like it to be cloud.
It is. It feels
Cloud
like
soft.
a cloud, but with support.
Of course.
Yeah, like you don't want it too soft, like to where you're sinking into each other. Because if you touch me when we're sleeping, it's like I will kick you. If your foot touches my foot and like just a toe, I'll be like, kick it.
It's like
Kick
this
it over.
weird like Tourette's thing that you're.
If your toe touches my calf, I'm like, flick,
it's
kick him, like, get away.
Get my cold, clammy feet over there and get you to scream.
If I hear Trey like shift, like I get in bed, I'm like not in the mood for anything. I just want to go to bed. And I hear Trey, and then he turns over and I could sense his presence closer to me. And I like open my eyes. I'm like, what are you doing? What do you want? He's like, yeah, I was just coming to say goodnight. It's so funny. Okay, next thing.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, eat clean. When you are having fatty foods and sugary foods, we've already talked about the sugar, but even fats, like heavy fats, if you're having those before bed, it's really hard for your body to digest. There is so much energy. 70% of your energy goes into digestion. So if you are eating this huge, heavy, fatty meal before bed, and then you're trying to sleep, your body's like trying to just digest all the crap that you ate.
Working to work that off.
It's working to work that off. So it's important to eat a few hours before bed. You don't want to just eat dinner and then just go straight to bed. Give yourself an hour or two before you actually get into bed to close your eyes and go to sleep. And you will actually sleep so much better. And you may be better about Dutch ovening, your spouse. So
Dutch ovening your stuff.
Dutch ovening, yes. Okay. Keep your
So
bedroom
many
dark.
problems.
Lights, this includes your phones. When it could be 3:00 in the morning, and if Trey has his iPad in there charging and it's not on airplane mode, but he will, the iPad will be up, and I swear it lights up our room like a Christmas tree, and it is so annoying. But Trey will sleep right through it. That's just funny.
Oh, I'm not annoyed by anything.
Trey's perfect. No, I am super high maintenance when it comes to sleep, but Trey he can sleep in any environment, but he doesn't sleep that good.
What are you talking about? I sleep anywhere, anytime.
I know you can,
I sleep on the floor.
but you don't sleep very good. You still function, but
Correct.
you don't thrive function. And I know, like, in order for me to thrive, I have to have all these checkpoints.
Oh, you have many checkpoints.
I've got many checkpoints. So, all right. So keep your bedroom dark, even like an alarm clock. If I go to a hotel and they have that alarm clock in there and it's like bright, I have to cover it up with a t-shirt or something, or that like a little flashing light, like on the air conditioner sometimes at the hotels. It's so annoying.
Remember the light on the cable box?
That we used to have?
Yeah, just like, oh God, who left the light on? And go turn the damn thing off.
Oh my God, that blue light.
Yes.
Oh.
And then you go turn it off, and it's like, Dad, it's not going off. And you put a shirt over the top of it.
Yep, we did that for years. Thank
Hated
God for
that.
smart TVs now. Okay, the next thing would be, and a lot of people don't agree with this. You're on one side of the fence or the other. Depends on where you're from, I suppose. Your room and your house should be, for best sleep, 68 degrees or below.
Boom.
Sleep studies show over and over and over.
Sleep Studies, John and Mary Show.
They show that 68 degrees and below is really, really great for good sleep. If you have it above that, your body changes temperatures through the night. So when you get closer to bedtime, your body temperature actually goes down. Like if I get tired, overtired, I actually get cold. I actually feel cold, and my body like kind of shakes. Like I feel shaky. And if that happens to me, I've pushed it way too far, because that getting cold was not supposed to come until later. And then I'm up later, if that makes sense.
It does.
Okay. There are many things that you can do if you can't stop some of those other things that are listed before. Maybe emotional stress is not something you can get out of right now. Maybe the psychological stress is not something that you can get out of right now, or the sleep apnea. Maybe you can't address it at this point. There are things that you can do to help in addition to all the things that we just listed, but that would be melatonin. Have a good quality melatonin. I'll list one that we really like, and it's called ImmuPro, and it's melatonin with a reishi mushroom, and there's wolfberry mixed with it.
Kids love it.
We've used it for years, and it is really, really good. Having a good quality CBD, again, I'll list another one. CBD is really, really great, and it's not just CBD, it's actually cannabinoids. And that would come, we did a whole episode with Marlise on that, on cannabinoids, because CBD is just one of the cannabinoids. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of cannabinoids that they're still discovering. So it's really the combination of all of those that are important, because we have tons of these receptor sites in our body that are saying, feed me, cannabinoids. And so we don't know which one. And so we may be taking the CBD isolate, and that's not what we need. So a good hemp extract, a CBD type cannabinoid would be great. Essential oils, we talked about that. There's valerian tea, there's sleepy time tea, chamomile tea. Those things are also really, really great.
I like chamomile tea.
Yes.
Sleepy time tea.
I can't use the valerian. I sleep so hard that I get a migraine. So,
really?
But I can do, and I can't do melatonin.
I was going to say you can't do melatonin because you'll sleep too hard too.
And if I take CBD or hemp extract, I have to take it during the day. I can't take it at night.
So you are very sensitive, because if you sleep too long, you get a migraine. If you don't sleep enough, you can get a migraine.
Yep. That there's that little sweet spot. So there's many different things that you can do. And one of the things I didn't say about the bath was putting Epsom salts in your bath. We've talked about going to an Epsom salt float spa. Those are really great to do. They're good to do a couple times a week if you can, to start, and then once a week, and then maybe go to like once a month or something like that. But having some Epsom salts that you can do on a daily basis, like Trey was in the physical stress.
God, a hot Epsom salt bath it would do it.
But it's important to know that you need 2 cups of Epsom salt for it to be actually considered therapeutic.
I would do a lot more than that.
Well, it's supposed to be, it's at least 2.
Okay.
And if you are going to do essential oils, you can take your 2 cups, and then you can put the essential oils in the 2 cups of Epsom salt, and then sprinkle that into your bath.
It's amazing.
There's an essential oil called Release that we use, and we're like, release the crap, like whatever, release
Get
emotions,
get it out,
put it, sprinkle it all in. Well, thank y'all so much for listening. I hope that y'all have a wonderful day, and I hope that we somehow encouraged you to get better sleep and work on better sleep for yourself and your family.
That's it.
Yeah.
I like that.
And keep praying for the families of Uvalde. And I hope you kept up with us, because we were a little spacey today.
She'll probably blame it on me.
It is Trey's fault. It's always Trey's fault. Love y'all.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to another episode of According to the Cassels with Amy and Trey. Be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss an episode. To stay up to date with the Cassels, follow Amy on Instagram at @acassels. Until next time, have faith, enjoy life, and love abundantly.